everyone. This is the second weekly market report I'm making for Bolsa School. We're gonna take a look what we say last week and what's happened, and where is exactly the targets that we are expecting for this week. And in a few minutes we're gonna see how we were right in the last video, and it's recorded, and you can find the first one, the previous one in the channel. So. Federal Reserve of Boston is saying that we can see higher and faster increase of the interest rates in the United States. What exactly that means and how that thing can affect to the stock markets? Well, first of all, I want to start this video talking about oil, because last week, and I insist you can take a look what we see last week. We talk about these levels like resistance area, clear resistance zone, and since then we talked about last week about targets between 50% of Fibonacci and 38.2 of Fibonacci levels. So that means that we are expecting oil coming back at least to the $33 or even 32.80, more or less 32.70. So that's the levels that we are expecting in oil, and by the moment, since the last week, we are absolutely right about this. Second thing we talked about last week, it was about this. We saw how the SP 500 was rising up really strong, and this is a weekly candle. So more or less, we have a high probability to see after 2080, 2075 points in SP 500, pattern of bearish pattern, and market coming back to the first previous levels. Well, actually, I'm short right now here, so I'm expecting that the next days we're gonna see how the oil continue falling down and the stock markets start to falling down. Also, the Federal Reserve, with the declaration from Boston Federal Reserve of today, gonna helps to this market to start a bearish movement, in my opinion. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm expecting gonna happen in the next days on the market. Let's take a look also to DAX etc. in Europe. So you can see here, last week we talked about this is a pattern of shoulder, head, shoulder. We can see here perfectly. So we talk about the target, it was here, but we will not make any buy positions until we saw these levels we closed it. Why? Because we spoke and we explained that because of euro dollar is really high right now, it's very difficult to the European stock markets continue rising up. So most probably situation and most probably scenario gonna be market coming down again, and that's exactly what's going on right now. We can see how the market is falling down again. So now for this week, two things gonna happen. First of all, if we take a look at euro dollar to see what's gonna happen, what we're gonna see is first this kind of targets we can find here. We can expect that this movement gonna be broke out up, that's gonna give to us a targets around 1.1875 in euro dollar. The most probably thing is just make tops on 114 and then coming back to 1. I will tell you right now, 1.12, 1.1150 more or less. Here we go, close to 1.12, as you can see. So this is one of the possible scenarios, but because I see what's going on in the market, I'm expecting that maybe, just maybe, we're gonna see in the next days a surprise. After Federal Reserve declarations, we should expect bearish euro dollar coming back to 1.12, 1.1150 more or less, but the surprise are behind of the corner. So what we're gonna see is, let's to see if these targets got good levels. Let's to make a good projection here. A good breakout here. So please take a look on this area right here. We're gonna see a big gap, and it's exactly the target that we are expecting. close to 1.19 euro dollar. Okay, if I just take a look closer, you will see this gap we are talking about, this one here. So as you can see, three sessions closing really close to these levels. So that's the new target that we are expecting if we see that euro dollar broken out strongly the 1.14. And obviously just taking a look of the last maximum that we got. Okay, but believe me, this pattern will not be breakout just to stop there. Okay, if we see that this pattern is breaking out the market, don't think that they're gonna stop here. Probably we see that this pattern is broken out, this triangle gonna rise up until that gap that we saw, most probably. Okay, even the full runs of this the projection of the full runs of euro dollar from the last months gonna give to us a very ambitious target here. Okay, but that probably will take long time. So I repeat, Federal Reserve is talking about that we're gonna see or we can see a faster and higher increase of the interest rates. That's probably not true, and exactly is the same game again and again. Declarations make the investors think about one possible scenario, and then boom, suddenly they change the situation and we see the surprise. I just want to remind you, last thing, calendar. Why? Because the next Thursday we're gonna get a speech of Yellen. So probably in that speech they're gonna give to us a good surprise. I'm not talking about something incredible gonna happen, but I'm saying that probably because of what they're saying right now, in the next Thursday we're gonna see that how euro dollar gonna break out 1.1485, 1.15, or just coming back here. But I'm suspect that we're gonna see this scenario broken out on the euro dollar. For the next days, maybe we're gonna see a bearish euro dollar coming back. But after the speech of Angela Yellen, I'm suspect that we're gonna see a breakout on euro dollar. Okay, just be careful, and like always, follow confirmation on the candles when you're gonna open your new trades. Okay, I just expect that this second English video that I'm making, it's understandable enough at least. And I just remind you that if you understand Spanish or you speak Spanish, just you can follow me. My mother language is Spanish, and I got a channel, also a publication with Los Caballeros del Dinero, and the channel Brújula de Mercados also is published every week in the last months of the last year, a weekly report of market weekly report I'm doing every night on Mondays. Okay, good luck with the market and take care. Bye.